Welcome to the MarketingSherpa Media Center here at IRCE. I'm MarketingSherpa reporter Allison Banko. I'm joined by Timothy Seward, CEO of ROI Revolution, and as well as Victor Yacaman of Leonisa. Thank you for joining us.
Thrilled to be here. Thank you.
Thanks for the invitation.
Absolutely. And you are fresh off your session, Paid Search, Strategies for Multi-Channel Retailers in a Multi-Screen World. All about paid search. Why is paid search so important to pay attention to as someone in the e-commerce space?
Sure. Well, for retailers, the top three reasons are that number one, it accounts for 46% of the average retailer's budget. And that's, by the way, from a study that was just done last year by shop.org. It was conducted by Forrester Research. It was very credible. And 46% of their online marketing budget is spent on paid search. So that's number one. Number two is, it's the most measurable form of marketing that's ever been invented by man. So what you can measure, you can improve. So measurable, accountable, trackable means that you can spend more dollars on the things that are working and less dollars on the things that aren't working. So you can get more bang for your buck, basically.
Right.
And then the third thing is precise targeting. So what we covered in our session was that now with paid search, and many marketers don't know this, you can actually target by income, by household income, by gender, by age group, by the topics that a searcher is interested in, by how recently they've been to your web store. The targeting is really amazing. So for those three reasons.
A lot of opportunity in paid search.
Absolutely.
And it also seems that Leonisa has fully taken advantage of paid search. Is that what you talked about in your session today?
Yes, Allison. Actually, for those of you who have no idea what Leonisa is, we're the #1 intimate apparel company in Latin America. And we produce 40 million units a year in bras and panties, shapewear, swimwear, and men's underwear. So talking about paid search, when you're a retailer and you have a web store, you cannot sit down and wait for shoppers to get to your site. So if you think about SEO, that requires a lot of time for shoppers to get to your site. If you think about online advertising, then you're going to be willing to accept a really low return on investment. And managers are not willing to accept that. On the third side, if you want to have direct traffic, you need a really high brand awareness. So paid search was the solution for us, because through paid search, you can do bidding really heavily on those areas where you have a really high conversion rate. And today, Leonisa has a 52% of the sales come from paid search.
That's fantastic.
Yep.
And what types of things were you targeting? I mean, it seems like there's a lot of options on what you can target. How did you refine it?
Yeah, look, you can build as many campaigns as possible. So we have a specific campaign for each type of product. So we have shapewear, we have bras, we have panties, swimwear, everyone, right? And then you can get really, really niche into very specific terms in order to get everybody out there searching on Google, Bing, and Yahoo so that they can get to your site.
And what were you doing previously before paid search? Just simple strategies?
Well, we had it clear. I mean, the first day we launched the website, the next week we were calling Timothy, ROI Revolution. We knew that it was impossible to manage a paid search campaign in-house because it requires a lot of time. So Timothy's company has a lot of tools and search engine relationships in order to get your company boosting sales really quickly. So we didn't think about it. We immediately went to paid search and started working on it.
All right, excellent. And at MarketingSherpa, what we do is we really like to bring it home for our audience and say what tips can they use to kind of transform their own marketing strategies. And I found this really helpful in your deck. 3 questions you should be asking as related to paid search. Can we walk through these for our audience?
Sure. Well, it's important that a retailer have a strategy, especially with all the changes that are happening with Google. We talked about the changes with the new dynamic remarketing. There's changes that are undergoing right now with the new Google shopping campaign format. And so, but it's important to develop a strategy. So the 3 questions you should be asking are, number 1, who is your target customer and how do they behave? So it's important to understand who is your target customer, meaning what are their ages, what are their household incomes, what are the topics that they're interested in. So that's question number 1. Number 2 is, what devices do they use to get to your website? So one of the stats that I was able to share today is that 57% of consumers here in the United States are transacting with your e-commerce website based on multiple devices. So they'll start on a tablet and then they'll complete their purchase on a desktop, or they'll start on a laptop and they'll complete their purchase on a smartphone. So it's important to understand the devices. And then thirdly, is how are you targeting people that visit your website but don't buy? So they add something to the shopping cart, but they don't actually buy it. And so we talked about dynamic remarketing and all of the benefits that are available with dynamic remarketing to get people back into your funnel.
All right, excellent. Timothy, Victor, thank you so much for joining us in the Media Center today. We really appreciate it.
Great.
And remember, you can find all of our videos online at marketingsherpa.com/IRCE.